Ciao and hello everyone, my name's Anjali and welcome today to our WOCY Family Breaks with Teens and Adults, where we are celebrating Festa della Repubblica. So the 2nd of June is the Republic Day of Italy celebrations. Big holiday, big celebrations. There are fireworks, there are festivals, there are concerts. There is a celebration of everything that Italians love about being Italian. So today we're going to go and explore some of those passions, some of the amazing things that have come out of Italy as well. Before we do so, please remember to be kind, to listen to your bodies, to only do what is comfortable. So that means no hurting yourself, no overstretching. If your breathing starts to get a little bit ragged, if it is laboured, if it starts to get faster, then that's telling you that today you need to slow down a little bit in your yoga. Please also make sure you're doing your yoga in a little bit of space so that you can respect yourself as well as others that you are doing yoga with too. There is a little bit of partner yoga in this if there's someone around that you're doing yoga with. All right, first of all, our WOCY breath. I would like us to think about those Festa della Repubblica celebrations and the amazing power, the sound that we might hear coming out of the fireworks. So sitting up tall, take a breath in and breathe it out short and sharp through your mouth with an O shape. Okay, so we're really exercising around our chest, our lungs, our diaphragm, getting lots of oxygen flooding around our body, but also exhaling lots of those toxins that we don't need either. Breathe in. One more time, breathing in and out. Great, so WOCY warm-up. We're going to consider the highlight of one of the highlights of the Festa della Repubblica celebrations, which is a fly over Rome. It is done by 9 of the aeroplanes of the Italian Air Force from their acrobatic division. And the jets from the the planes are coloured and they form the shape of an Italian flag over the famous memorial of Vittorio Emanuele, the last monarch king of Italy. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be warming up our shoulders and our arms, opening up our chest, squeezing our shoulders and shoulder blades together. And you don't have to lean forwards. We're doing a warrior 3 pose. You don't have to lean forwards a lot. What I'd like you to do is, as this is a warm-up, is to bring your leg up and down 9 times on each side, 1 for each of the planes, and then we'll move over to the other side. So here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how my toes are flexed as well? Keep the chest and shoulders open. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Okay, we'll move over to the other side. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a shrug because they're probably feeling a little bit worked out now. Now, the other thing I'd like you to think about when we do the other side is that you might have noticed my hips weren't out to the side. I'm trying to keep my hips facing down to the floor. So here we go, warming up on our other side. 1, toes facing the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, one more. Oh, no, that was it. 9. We didn't need to go to 10. All right, well done. Okay, so great WOCY warm-up. Now we're going to come to our WOCY exercise, where we are going to marvel at the brilliance of the Italian architects who developed various building techniques. One of them was arch building. So if you're doing yoga with a partner, come and stand next to them side by side. I'd like you to just stand far apart as you need to stretch your arm to put it on their hip, okay? And then with your feet apart a little bit, you can bend your knees if you like. I'd like you to take your other arm over your head and reach your hands so that you're bending into each other to make an arch. If you aren't doing this with a partner, you can absolutely do this against a wall, out just below shoulder height, As you have your feet apart, bend your knees a little bit, keep your shoulder back as you create half an arch. You can then turn around to stretch the other side, or you can swap places if you want to still keep looking at me so that you can make the other side of your arch. Good, shoulders back, reach for your arms. All right, now this is a WOCY exercise because we're doing a couple of different poses here. We've seen how the Italians created the building technique of arches. They also developed the building technique of domes. So we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor here. I've tried not to use my hands as I'm really having to work the rest of my body in focus. And I'd like you to lie down on the floor. Again, try not to use your hands. With your feet on the floor, walk your heels. Have your heels hip distance apart actually, and walk your heels back so that they're just touching your fingertips. Place your hands down on the floor next to your body, tilt your hips and raise your tummy and your seat up so you roll up as high onto your shoulders as you can. If you'd like to add support to your dome, feel free to do so, leaving your elbows on the floor and putting your hands on your seat to help prop them up. Okay, good. All right, so that's the arches and the domes developed by the Italian architects. Okay, again, I'm going to challenge you to no hands. Come to stand up, because one of the other famous Italian inventors was Santorio, who developed the first thermometer that could measure the exact temperature against a scale. So what we're going to do is do a pose that helps us think of thermometers. Placing one foot in front of the other, I'd like you to bend your knees and place your hands, actually your fingertips if you can, just down on the floor in front of your foot. Then you can keep your front leg bent. I'd like you to stretch your back leg straight, flex your toes to the floor and lift that leg up straight as much as you can, keeping your hips turned to the floor. Your leg that's on the floor, you can straighten that as much as feels comfortable, feeling that stretch in your legs. Let your head dangle so your neck isn't feeling tension as we feel the flow of blood down towards our brain, improving blood circulation. It's also helping with your focus and your balance. Bring your back foot down, bend your knees to come and stand up. Give your legs a shake as we'll move to the other side. So, other foot in front of the other. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the floor just in front of that foot, not too far away, but quite close together. Then, keeping your hips facing forwards in the direction of your foot, lift your back leg up as straight as you can and then as high as you can. You can straighten your front leg as well, a leg on the floor, feeling those stretches, allowing the blood to flow. Keeping your balance. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Bend your knees, come down to the floor as we're going to move to our WOCY time out now. So, a day of celebrations like Festa della Repubblica, a day of needing to do one thing and then move on to do another thing. Our brains are often, and our minds are often very busy, needing to be very flexible, moving and thinking about lots of different things one after the other. And I often find it's great to give our brains, our minds, a little bit of a break in between activities, maybe give it a little bit of a reset. And listening to a sound, focusing on something else, can be a great way to do this. Listening to music, whatever the case may be for you. But to finish our class today, I'd like to invite you to come and sit in a comfortable pose or lie down on the floor in Shavasana, our resting pose, with your legs just a little bit apart, toes flopping out to the side. Arms on the floor with your palms facing up to the ceiling. Or if it's more comfortable, you can have your feet on the floor, knees up to the sky. And just start paying attention to your breath. And I'll ring my singing bowl 3 times. And just listen to the sound until you can hear it no more. So we give your brain a bit of a break today. So as we close our class today, bring your hands together. Namaste. The light in me honours the light in you. And I thank you for joining me for our WOCY family breaks with teens and adults, where we've celebrated Festa della Repubblica, Italy Republic Day.